Guys, if you haven't checked out PrizePicks by now, you are missing out. The best and easiest way to play daily fantasy sports every single game day. It's super simple for the NFL. PrizePicks lets you pick from a number of player projections like passing yards, touchdowns, rushing yards, you name it. They also have other sports like NBA, NHL, and college football. Just pick 2 or more players, put them in your lineup, and boom, you're done. It's super simple, just you and the player projections. And to get you started, I partnered up with PrizePicks to give you guys a deal. When you use my code DoubleMove and play just $5 in lineups, they'll give you an automatic $50 more to play with. That's right, get a $50 bonus just for playing your first $5 in lineups. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description, use promo code DoubleMove, and get started today. PrizePicks, daily fantasy made easy. Well, it happened 2 weeks in a row. The Cowboys got another win, this time on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe the Cowboys winning made you enjoy it even more. Dallas moves to 5-7, so after getting crushed by the Texans and the Eagles, I think a lot of Cowboys fans were pretty much done with this team. They just wanted to tank and move on to the draft, and I am one of those Cowboys fans. But after moving to 5-7, I mean, the top 5 pick dream is pretty much ruined at this point, so I'm in the boat of let's try to stack these wins here over the next few weeks and see what happens. I mean, at least have a little bit of fun, right? The draft spot is already ruined. So with that, let's get started on this game. And I want to structure this video like a stock up because, well, it's more fun to talk about who did well. So let's start with the man of the game, DeMarvion Overshown, and what a performance that he had. 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 9 total tackles. Overshown has been getting better and better every single week. Even when the defense was bad, the offense was bad, Dallas was getting crushed, he has been proving that he is going to be a force on this Cowboys defense for years to come, and someone that this front office is 100% going to build around over the next few years. And he was all over the field in this game. I was actually watching the film. I want to make an all-22 tape review of his performance, and the guy is just a missile. He is everywhere all the time. He is making tough tackles, throwing his body all around, and he's just someone that is consistently jumping off the screen. And obviously, I couldn't talk about Overshown without mentioning his pick 6. Plays like this just solidify his status as a real threat, a real piece beside Micah Parsons. The athleticism, the twitch, the awareness, all of it was on display with that pick 6. Sometimes a quarterback just has to look at a guy and say, great play, and move on. And that's what Drew Lock had to do. Just his ability to blitz off the edge, Singletary tries to pick him up, Overshown completely blows up that block, and then the ability to recognize the dump-off pass, get his hands on it, find the ball in the air, and then take it back for 6. I mean, just phenomenal stuff. And you guys best believe if you're going to watch the channel this offseason, all of my offseason talk is going to have to do with Overshown. He'll be a name that gets brought up over and over again because when I talk about this defense, Micah Parsons, DeMarvion Overshown, those are 2 names that I will consistently talk about building around. He's really that good, and I'm glad people got to see it on Thanksgiving Day. Prime time TV. Another guy that got to show what he can do in prime time, and that was Rico Dowdle. He pretty much carried this offense. 22 carries, 112 yards, and he's starting to finally get a little bit of love from this offensive coaching staff. We're going to talk about another player later in this video that's starting to get some more offensive love as well, but it only took this team 12 weeks to figure out that Rico is that dude. Like, come on, the fact that they were willingly giving Zeke carries over him will never cease to amaze me, and I will mention it in every single video from here on out. If you guys watch the channel pretty consistently, I talked about it a ton during the offseason, but I knew that Rico could be the running back 1 this year. I said it when they re-signed him. Based on the carries he got behind Tony Pollard, I saw the potential to carry the load, be a 15-plus touch guy for this offense, and I figured the running back room would be fine. And yesterday, it was. Is it the level of a Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry? No, but it was good enough to help the quarterback. It's obviously not that level of Philadelphia or Baltimore explosive, or even compared to the peak of like Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott's careers, but it was still much better than what we saw even last year with Tony Pollard in that offensive line, with Pollard coming off an injury. But I can't be the only one that thinks he could at least be a solid running back 2 for a team over the next few years. Now, I like Rico. He's probably not going to stop me from drafting another running back, but I would like to see Dallas take one, maybe re-sign Rico, and pair him with a guy like Quinshon Judkins, and I think that duo would be magical. But that's all draft talk. Shout out to Rico. He was great yesterday. I want to make an all 22 video about him very soon. So if you want to see that, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you like this video. Now let's talk about another offensive guy that made some plays yesterday, and that was Kevontae Turpin. This time though, it wasn't on special teams. Isn't it just crazy what happens when you get the ball to the guy that is small, he's really fast, he's good in open space? Who would have thought that Turpin maybe wasn't much of a downfield weapon, but rather someone that you could use with a purpose on tunnel screens, slants, those gadget plays, end arounds, whatever you decide to do? Well, I think Mike McCarthy and them finally figured it out. In this game, it felt like there was actually a plan for how Turpin could impact the game. It felt more deliberate with them trying to get him the ball, trying to get those explosive plays. Turpin had 4 catches, 53 yards, an average of 13.3 yards per catch. And it, like I said, it's not like they were getting him the ball downfield. They were keeping it close to the line of scrimmage, making their wide receivers block. They had the touch pass on the jet sweep, things like that. It's nothing too crazy, but just finding ways to stress the defense from sideline to sideline, figure out how to get the fastest guy on your team out in space. It does wonders for your offense, and Turpin had a really good game yesterday. Now, for my last stock up, and you guys might consider this cheating, but I'm going to say the defense, because outside of that first drive, the defense had a really good game. They allowed 3 first downs on 12 third down plays. They had the interception, a forced fumble on lock, 6 sacks, 3.4 yards per pass allowed, and allowed less than 250 total yards. Now, obviously that first drive was bad. Allowing the Giants and Drew Lock to go for 70 yards on 13 plays over 6 minutes to start the game isn't good. But after they gave up the first touchdown, they only allowed 177 yards for the rest of the game. And the series after that first touchdown went interception, punt, punt, field goal, punt, fumble, punt, field goal, punt, and then the Giants had a touchdown at the end of the game to make it look a bit closer than it was. But for a unit that has struggled even against not so good teams, I thought they were almost flawless in the middle. The Cowboys defense, they stood in there, held the Giants to 13 points until the final 2 minutes of the game. They had a touchdown of their own with DeMarvion Overshown, and I talked about it in my preview video. I think that group has started to mesh. They've played much better over the past few weeks. Are they going to be a top, 5, 10 unit? Probably not. But all around, against a bad offense, I thought they suffocated the Giants. That's what they were supposed to do. Because let's be honest, they would have got torched by Drew Lock. I probably wouldn't be making a video. The Cowboys got a win on Thanksgiving. We're supposed to be thankful, be positive. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I love you all.